Hi, I'm Miss Chris with a bonus Crafting with Miss Chris video for Fan Nation. It is October 5th this year at our Toms River building. It is going to be super awesome. We have the 501st, we have Mermaid Story Time, we have gaming, we have crafts all day in our Discovery Room, in the atrium, and in our makerspace, which is so awesome. I used some of our makerspace stuff, such as the Cricut, to make these 8 billion tiny little flowers, because I was not going to cut those out myself. They're going to be having a button maker. They have a sewing machine that you can look at. They have a 3D printer. During open hours, you can use the sewing machine. There's a ton of different stuff. They're going to be having a bunch of stuff going on up there. There's also going to be a bunch of stuff down in the atrium, such as fandom coasters, where you can decorate your coaster for whatever fandom you love. So you can make a Hobbit door, you can make it a Dragon Ball. Really, it's whatever you want to do. We want to see your creativity and how you express yourself. And in order to get ready for it and to like really hype everybody up, we have podcasts for different fandoms and this video right now that you are watching. So I'm going to show you guys how to make this super cute cherry blossom tree from, I was gonna say Animal Farm, that is a book by George Orwell. Animal Crossing, the video game, which you can also borrow the video game from the library. So if you didn't buy it when it came out in 2020 and you're like, I still want to play it, definitely borrow it from us. Don't spend the money, like borrow it from us, play it, bring it back, get a different video game. Awesome. But right now I'm gonna show you how to make these with all of our little Cricut cut flowers. The first step is to paint 4 styrofoam balls pink. That way, if you see any of it peeking between the flowers, it looks nice and intentional, instead of that you left part of it blank. Make sure that you're using acrylic or tempera paint. If you're hoping to save time and use spray paint, you're going to end up with a melted pile of goo. When the paint dries, you're going to cut off 3 corners from a cardboard egg crate. Next, cut them in half so most of the corner remains intact, so that you have a stable base. Then you're going to cut out the circle on the bottom so that it hugs half the paper towel roll that is being used as a base. You want more surface area to attach glue to so that it's more stable. So if it's only touching little points, it's not going to be very useful. Once all 3 are cut, hot glue them to the half of a paper towel roll at the bottom, creating the roots and the base. Right now, this doesn't look like a tree trunk, it just looks sad, which is fine since we're about to fix that by using Mod Podge to cover it with brown tissue paper. And I'm crumpling the tissue paper a little bit while I'm attaching it so that it has texture and looks more like tree bark. While the trunk is drying, hot glue the 3 of the styrofoam balls into a triangle, then hot glue the 4th ball on top. Again, only use hot glue or Elmer's glue, anything stronger will melt through the styrofoam. I know this, I've done it by accident multiple times despite working in a craft store and knowing better. Next, you're going to take these paper flowers. There are either like the decorative hole punches that you can use, or I used the library's Makerspace Cricut to cut out a bunch, because then you just program it, put it on the sheet, and then it'll cut all of them. And it's so much faster than like manually punching them out. But you just fold them in half, half again, and then kind of like we were making a cootie catcher, pull those in towards each other so I have like a little 3D, otherwise they look silly. And you're gonna do that with a bunch of them. While we're waiting for this guy to dry, I'm gonna start gluing these guys on, and I'll wait for the end to do the bottom part. That way it's attached and not just sitting on my table. So we just put a dot of glue. Once the balls are mostly covered and the trunk is dry, fold the trunk top into a triangle and then have reverse folds so that there are 3 points sticking out. So you fold it one way and then fold it the other way. That's a reverse. So you're just going to add hot glue around the edges and then slide it into the center of the styrofoam balls. I put a few too many flowers before I did this step, so we're just going to be careful while I do it. And then you're going to fill in any open spaces at the bottom of the styrofoam balls with flowers so it looks nice and full from all the angles. And you are all set with your Animal Crossing cherry blossom tree.
Public Libraries. Like, share, and subscribe for more great videos.